This is my 1/35 scale Meng FT17 converted into a home job log skidder. So this is inspired by, believe it or not, a real machine that existed just outside my hometown in central Ontario. The real machine was an M1917, so the American license produced version of the Renault original. And when the Americans sold them to Canada at the beginning of World War II for training purposes, I don't think any of them left the country, I don't imagine. After the war, they were surplused, and most of them ended up on farms or in the bush. And one of them was used as a logging tractor in Muskoka. And I would imagine it was probably just used to pull trains of wooden log sleighs. It's kind of the way logging was done around here, but I've kind of imagined it more of a back it up, hook on a couple logs with a choker chain and drive away type of skidder. So this is one of the French originals. As far as I know, there isn't a plastic kit of an M1917, but this is close enough for me. The American version had a different drive line entirely and quite a few external differences, but this is a beautiful kit, and I couldn't resist it. Full interior. So I just left the turret off and cut away a bunch of the upper hull. Really teeny tiny little machine, really. And I replaced the classic unditching tail with a smaller, just sort of homemade skidding plate. Because of its age, on my narrow gauge layout, it's just going to be immobilized. Maybe somebody's been picking away at it, seeing if they can get it to run again, but it's essentially a derelict. It's just going to be a fixed piece on the layout. This is one of the first models I finished in 1/35 after returning to the scale after 25 years. And it was an eye-opener. I still can't believe what comes in the box. You know, you're used to Tamiya kits from the 70s and 80s, and what you can get now for $60-70 is just mind-boggling. Pretty well everything except the plug wires. So ideally suited for modifications and chopping them up and leaving a lot of that interior stuff exposed. It'd be a shame to hide all that. Can't really make out much of it from this angle. I still haven't figured out how to splice short chunks of video together into one. I apologize. Yeah. So this is definitely going to be the closest thing to a complete military vehicle on the layout. I don't want to overwhelm it with too much green. Trying to civilianize as many of the machines as I possibly can, but I mean, this thing is really not a whole lot bigger than a modern skid steer, so it would really have made a nifty log skidder, although you'd have to work with somebody and get them to back you up to every log or every turn. So yeah, there's the skidding plate. It's just a keyhole style. So you pass the excess chain into that hole and drop the link into the slot, and away you go. Pretty basic, very labor intensive way of moving logs. There's a pinch bar sitting in there, and shackle sitting up on the roof there. Yeah, pretty neat what you can do with this scale these days. Anyhow, yeah, thanks for watching.